Was Kim Kardashian's Paris robbery an inside job?
Demi Lovato shades Taylor Swift's feminism again.
And the TV shows you need to watch this week.
All that and more on today's Rundown.
Today's episode of DHR is brought to you by Hulu. Watch all the shows and movies you love all in one place. Zayn comes to Gigi's side after all the drama that happened with Kim Kardashian.
But first, we're going to talk about Demi Lovato shading Taylor Swift again. Demi Lovato has shaded Taylor Swift again for tearing Katy Perry down. In the new November issue of Glamour, Demi was asked about Taylor branding herself a feminist and not following through doing the work, which Demi tweeted about in February after Taylor donated money to Kesha. And Demi said, quote, "Talking about it all is doing the work, but I think in certain situations, certain people could be doing more if they're going to claim that as part of their brand. To be honest, and this will probably get me in trouble, I don't see anybody in any sort of squad that has a normal body. It's kind of this false image of what people should look like and what they should be like, and it's not real." So basically, Demi isn't too happy about the fact that Taylor is choosing to call herself a feminist, but on the other hand, also has been known for being a part of this very famous girl gang, girl squad.
And I don't really know if I agree with this quote that I don't see anybody in any sort of squad that has a normal body.
Right.
It's kind of false image of what people should look like. No, that's actually what they look like. It's not a false image. It's not like a photoshopped photo of them when they walk on the red carpet. Like their bodies are what they are, and that's okay, and they don't need anybody telling them that their bodies aren't okay. And that, listen, if someone's thin, I've known really thin people, and that just happens. That's not a bad thing, and it's not a bad image to put out into the world. If you're thin, there are gonna be thin girls out there who relate to you. If you're a thick, curvy girl, there are gonna be thick, curvy girls out there who relate to you.
Yeah.
Like, there's not one body that fits the perfect woman.
Demi also had an issue with Taylor Swift and the way that she believes that she's treated Katy Perry.
Oh.
Demi said, and I think that having a song and a video about tearing Katy Perry down, that's not women's empowerment. We all do things that aren't, but I have to ask myself, am I content with calling myself a feminist? Yes, because I speak out.
So is she saying that being a feminist, you can't have an artistic song that you wrote based on a personal experience about your life that has to do with female, even if it's not like saying, oh, I love Katy Perry. The song also doesn't say I hate Katy Perry. It doesn't even mention her at all. So it's like basically saying you, as a feminist in this version, I feel like you can't have an opinion that isn't supportive, even if you don't want to be supportive of that person.
Right, that's a fine line because Taylor is an artist, so she has a right to make whatever music she wants, and most artists write songs based on personal experiences.
Yeah.
That's just what music is most of the time. I think Demi's saying more like she doesn't feel like women should always be empowering each other, building each other up, and that whole situation has kind of shown Taylor to be on the pushing side of it, not the receiving side of it. But like I said, like Taylor, it's Taylor's song. She didn't say, like, I hate you, Katy Perry.
We've all interpreted that it's about Katy Perry, but Taylor, I think Taylor's gone out of her way to try to keep people from thinking that it is exactly about Katy Perry.
Yeah. Demi was also asked about her split with Wilmer Valderrama back in June, and she said, being sick was always a part of my relationship with him. I always had something wrong with me. I needed to let go of that. It was hard to depart from somebody who saw everything, but it may be nice to start fresh with somebody because that person I was when I was a lot younger is not who I am today. And then on Disney, she said, we used to work so much and so hard for very little that when our schedules get too busy, I immediately think about the past. It gives me anxiety and it's kind of like legit PTSD. You work so hard and you don't really reap the rewards, or I didn't. But I was on such a platform that gave me the rest of my career. Couldn't complain.
So there's a lot to unpack here in this interview. I feel like Demi's being very open. Some of this stuff isn't like the prettiest stuff to say or hear, but I like that she's being honest.
Yeah.
But I feel like a lot of people have given her a lot of slack about this interview.
Yeah, so she took to Twitter to kind of defend herself. I hate when stars have to defend their honest opinions. It sucks.
Yeah.
But this is kind of what she had to say about it. So she tweeted back to one fan, I get asked questions, I answer them, sue me. She also tweeted, "Also, don't forget that words can be taken out of context when doing interviews. Still not apologizing for saying what everyone wants to say." And then she said, "I don't understand why people care so much about what I say in interviews. Do y'all watch the news? Don't y'all got shit to worry about?" So obviously, she's saying things taken out of context.
Yeah.
I definitely agree with you that the way that she answered the Taylor Swift Girl Squad thing, talking about other people's bodies, was horribly worded. I don't know if she meant it on purpose.
Yeah.
I honestly would love to believe that she didn't.
Yeah.
But you said it perfectly. You can't say that. It doesn't sound good.
It doesn't sound good.
It doesn't sound nice.
But at least this says that she maybe didn't mean it the way
Absolutely.
we thought she meant it.
Yeah.
So that's good. All right, we have new updates in this whole Kim Kardashian situation that went down in Paris a couple of days ago. It is so dark, and it's getting darker by the day. As these new details emerge, you have to hear this, you guys. So Kim was alone that night, laying in bed in Paris in her robe at this hotel that she was renting that had no address on it when she heard footsteps stomping up to her apartment. She was ordered out of bed by the masked men and feared that she was going to be raped or maybe even killed. So before she could finish dialing her bodyguard Pascal Duvier's cell phone, they zip-tied her hands with plastic handcuffs, duct-taped her ankles, gagged her, and lifted her into the bathtub, all while being at gunpoint. This is so terrifying. She, of course, we talked about yesterday, reportedly cried and begged for her life, telling the men who only spoke French to take whatever they wanted. So the good news was Kim was able to escape this scary 6-minute heist unharmed. She has her close friend and stylist Simone to thank for that. So Simone heard the scuffling upstairs, and locked herself in a bathroom and texted Kim's security guard and Kourtney Kardashian as well. Once the robbers left, Kim was able to get free from the zip-tied hand situation. She ran to Simone, who went to get help. Kim's bodyguards finally arrived back at the apartment just 2 minutes, you guys, after the robbers left. Now, sources today are saying that this might have been a complete inside job. Apparently in the hotel, there are no security cameras that caught any of the footage, and also local businesses surrounding the hotel. There aren't any cameras that caught any footage of people entering or leaving the building.
Sketchy.
So
Erin.
sketchy.
That is so sketchy. And also, like, Pascal, her bodyguard, was out with Kendall and Kourtney that night, who had gone to a club. People are saying, and she also told the police, that it literally, like, she got into bed like a minute after they left her hotel to go to the club, and a minute later, the robbers came. It was like, it seems all too convenient.
Yeah, but she's not blaming her bodyguard. A lot of people think that he might have something to do with this.
No.
I don't think he does, and I don't think they think that he does. I think that there were some security details that were released to the hotel staff, to some other Paris local security guards that may have tipped certain robbers off.
Terrible.
As it stands right now, you guys, Kim has not posted anything on social media. Kanye has rescheduled 2 of his upcoming shows in order to be with Kim because she's really just going through it. So I guess we'll just have to wait and see what happens, but so freaking horrifying.
All right, now it's time for a special segment brought to you by Hulu. We put together every TV show that you need to watch this week.
Yeah, it's true. So fall TV is here, people. So if you have plans this week, you best cancel them.
That's right. Okay, so tonight, starting with Tuesday, we have the season 5 premiere of The Mindy Project. That's on Hulu. Mindy's witty lines, awesome outfits are back as she tries to decide between Danny and Jody. Because who can resist a love triangle plot anyway?
Also tonight is the season 3 premiere of The Flash, you guys. Nerds unite. I love this show. We'll get to see the consequences of Barry deciding to go back in time and save his mom from being murdered at the end of season 2. This season, also get ready for 2 new big bad villains. And of course, the highly anticipated guest star, Harry Potter's Tom Felton. I'm so excited about this.
And also, when a hero comes along, Wednesday we've got Empire on Fox at 9 p.m. This is a must-watch because the Queen, Mariah Carey, is guest starring as Kitty, of course, who has been summoned to sing a duet with Jamal to help him get over his PTSD-induced inability to sing. Mariah to the rescue.
And on Thursday, watch coverage of the iHeartRadio Music Festival Day 1 at 8 p.m. on the CW, hosted by Ryan Seacrest. Don't miss performances by Pitbull, Sam Hunt, U2, One Republic, and a lot more. We went to that show, and it was amazing.
That's awesome. On Friday, it's iHeartRadio Music Festival Day 2, happening at 8 p.m. on the CW again. This time we have Ariana Grande, Britney Spears, Zedd, Sia, and much more giving some crazy good performances.
Also, The Voice. The blind auditions are still going on right now, and if you haven't seen Miley Cyrus in action, prepare to be amazed. Catch up on last night's Monday episode where Fuller House's Candace Cameron, Bure's daughter Natasha, auditioned for the show, and it is incredible.
And then make sure to watch last night's Dancing with the Stars competition. It was a stressful Cirque du Soleil night. Tune in to see Olympic darling Lori Hernandez get the first perfect 30 out of 30 score of the season. Then watch tonight's new elimination episode to see who goes home in the surprise double elimination.
The sweetest thing is happening in Paris right now. I know there's been a lot of drama with Kim Kardashian, but Zayn has really stood by Gigi's side while she's walking in Paris Fashion Week. He also is really scared for her safety, so he is not leaving her alone. You guys, he's being like boyfriend of the year. According to Hollywood Life, Zayn is so relieved that he's with Gigi in Paris to protect her and be by her side. What happened to Kim is unthinkable. Gigi has been to the No Address Hotel many times in the past for parties. Both Gigi and Zayn, they feel awful about what happened and are just grateful that Kim is now safe. So because of what happened to Kim, a lot of these celebrities are beefing up their security. Gigi walked just this week in the Giambattista Valli show in the morning, right after the Paris attack, the morning after. But she was accompanied by at least 2 members of her security team. Gigi's also the new face of Reebok, by the way. Her new promo pics were just released. She looks so good. She posted one of the pics on her Instagram page, inspiring women to be confident with who they are and never settle. And she looks amazing.
And she's definitely not settling.
Ever. I mean, Zayn is
goals.
Zayn is goals. Her career is goals. Her Snapchat story is goals. She is goals.
All right, guys, now it's time for you to weigh in. What do you think about Demi Lovato's interview? Do you think her words were taken out of context? Or do you think that she was throwing some shade?
I think she was taken out of context.
Yeah.
I think she's a good girl. Also, guys, let us know in the comments what you're going to be watching this week on Hulu. I'm just curious. I need some new shows to watch, by the way.
Yep.
So let me know if you have any other recommendations in the comments. Thanks for hanging out with us, you guys. We will see you back here tomorrow. For more, click to the left for details on Tyler Posey and Bella Thorne confirming their relationship again.
Or click to the right for Zayn Malik shading fellow 1D member Niall Horan.
Thanks to Hulu, new episodes of exclusive series, originals, and hit movies are just at your fingertips. These are your shows. This is your TV.